That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 35 of the Fintech Moshpit. I am so excited to bring together a group of executives from the fintech community here in Charlotte now to speak with you about some very exciting news. With us today, Arthur Matuszewski, the VP of Talent at Better.com, Kenna Meyerhoff, Director of Talent Acquisition at Better.com, and Mackenzie Sayers, People Operations Manager for Charlotte at Better.com. And they are here to join us. I don't know if everyone necessarily knows yet, you guys made a splash in entering the Charlotte market in the last 6 or 7 months. You guys are a digital home ownership platform. So first of all, welcome to Charlotte. We are very excited to have you.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate you having us.
So I want to jump in, and Arthur, I'm going to throw this one to you first as the VP of Talent. You guys are a great digital homeownership platform, and you made an announcement this morning that I think a lot of people are going to be very interested to know about, particularly in the hospitality industry. And we were talking to some folks, leaders of the hospitality industry this morning, myself and the mayor and the manager and a few others, and it was really shocking to me how much COVID-19 has impacted this industry. I heard on that call, 78% of Americans say they are done traveling until the virus is over. In Charlotte alone, we have somewhere around 2,500 restaurants in the county, the broader county area. And on average, if we were to guess, there's probably a mix of 60 full and part-time folks on average that work in those places. That's 150,000 people that are really impacted both in the restaurants and the hotels and all these different areas. You guys made a bit of an announcement today. Why don't you tell us all what that's about?
For sure. Thanks, Rick. So yeah, we're fortunate in that our demand has spiked over the last couple of weeks as interest rates have gone down, refinance rates have gone up. One of the things that we often tell our borrowers is that a lot of the mortgage industry is predicated on, warm handshakes and a guy that knows a guy. And so it's a particularly good time to be in the no handshake business. 83% of our borrowers are able to complete their transactions without even connecting with a formal loan officer. And so in our case, the demand increase has led us to have more confidence in our hiring targets. And so we've been proud to be able to share this morning that we're looking to add 1,000 more employees through the end of the year across Charlotte, Orange County, and our New York offices. Really, this is a continuation of our ongoing talent strategy that Kenna and Mackenzie and the team have been able to put together, where we're utilizing our platform to hire people from different backgrounds, whether that's veterans, whether that's hospitality workers, whether that's parents returning to the workforce, and really create an environment where everyone can do their best work and remain productive.
So what made you guys choose hospitality workers and people in that industry? We know their impact is huge, but was there something about, and again, the website where people can learn more about this and apply for those positions is welcome.better.com/hospitality. It talks a little bit about your why. Does one of you want to chime in and explain to us kind of what made you choose this demographic?
Yeah, Kenna, you want to take it away?
Yeah, I'm happy to grab that one. So just to kind of like level set and, describe a little bit about our team. So we have a really robust sales and operations team. And the thing that like drives our business and drives our team's ability to be successful is that we have a really customer focused team. And so a lot of what they're doing both on the sales and operations side is, working with our customers on a daily basis, making sure that they can make informed decisions financially and helping them like answer any questions along the way. And so we want them to have a really good experience with us. And therefore we want to bring people onto the team who care deeply about customers and understand what it's like to engage with customers in a certain way. And what does a great experience look like? And so for, folks in the hospitality business, whether it's through a restaurant, they worked in a hotel, they were at like a luxury gym or spa, in travel, whatever it might be, they often are part of creating really good experiences for people. And so they know what it takes when we're talking about, a delightful and pleasant and engaging experience for customers. And so that's actually, we've actually already hired a bunch of people out of hospitality, just like it just happened that way. And so now we have some top performers who came from that background, and we recognized pretty quickly that it's one that has transferable skills. There's a high level of like work ethic, and a lot of skills can be transferred to what we're doing here. And we also, we're happy to bring people on board who have those raw skill sets, and we can help train them and teach them, what it means to go through home ownership. We just need to know that they have that raw skill set and the drive to be here.
Plus there's and I say this as someone who, worked his way through college in the hospitality industry. There's also an angle of hunger, of drive, of motivation that I find a lot of them have. And when they transition into other verticals, other industry careers, that goes a long way. Did that have anything to do with your decision?
Oh, totally. I remember interviewing a couple of folks, a couple of years ago who were telling me that they were working, 2 shifts, and they were asking me if they took this job, if they could still work a weekend shift as a bartender. And I was like, listen, you do whatever you want to do, but I hope that you're not, I hope that you would find, financial stability through this job here. But you could absolutely do whatever you want to do. And that hustle and the grit goes such a long way with Better. We love to bring people on board who have that sort of mindset.
Absolutely. Mackenzie, as the kind of people operations manager for Charlotte, again, welcome to Charlotte. Things weren't exactly where we thought they'd be when we were doing your press conference announcing your growth here. Amazing story, amazing fintech story for Charlotte and for Better.com as well. I guess first quick question is, how has the acclimation to the Charlotte market been since you've been here? I think a lot of people who followed that would love to hear from you, even though the world's changed a bit. And then transition into these roles and what more specifics that the audience out there can know as they're looking to apply.
Yeah, so the team has been in Charlotte since August when the office opened, and we're located in South End and have a location in Uptown also. We have since the 175 people to the team. Will be over 200 by April 7th, and aren't slowing down that hiring whatsoever. So we're, the acclimation to Charlotte has been great. We've found great talent here. Our team is passionate. They have the hustle that we need to get the job done. We're still considered a startup, and so it does take hustle to get things done here. And this market has people who are passionate and are ready to just jump in and get things done. So I think our acclimation to Charlotte has been great.
So if you go onto the site that I mentioned earlier, and that was welcome.better.com/hospitality, you can go and see a lot of this information. And then in the bottom, there are spotlight roles. Under Charlotte, there are 3, sales associate, customer experience associate, and ops associate. Anyone want to just kind of chime in at a high level of, if I'm a hospitality worker, and what might draw me to one versus another one of those positions that folks in Charlotte are really one of only 3 cities in the nation that have the opportunity to do this?
Yeah. So in terms of, our sales associate and customer experience associate, and then our ops associate. So the main differentiator is just at what point in the borrower's experience are you working with them? So for sales associate, obviously on the sales team, this is before the customer is actually our customer. So we're trying to get them on board. So there's a little bit more of a layer of, kind of working to get the person, and a little bit of chasing, a little bit of selling, stuff like that. But we don't do any cold calls, and we have a lot of like organic leads that come through. And so there's a lot of nurturing, a lot of working with the customer to, again, answer any questions that they have. So if you're interested in kind of like, top of funnel, early interactions, you really want to help get that person to convert to become a customer, that sales associate is going to be where your sweet spot is. Customer experience associate is also technically on the front end, on the sales side. The difference being that that team actually flexes across both front end and back end. So they're handling a lot of borrower interaction, answering any questions. The borrower might be lost, they don't know where to go, and this person is helping to guide them through. And then on the ops associate side, so that's after the customer has actually decided to join us, and a lot more focused on kind of getting them to the finish line. So helping to answer questions along the way, making sure that they're doing everything that they need to do as the borrower. There's a lot that they need to do to get their home loan, and really being like a little bit of a kind of like a guide through the forest, if you will, kind of cutting through the trees. So again, all of them are borrower facing. So everybody who is applying for these roles should definitely want to be on the phones with borrowers, emailing them, etc. But just, some of them are before the person is actually a customer with us, and some of them is after.
A final question, Arthur, let me toss this one at you if you don't mind.
Sure.
So you guys are in a unique space right now. Obviously, not everyone's hiring and has the ability to, and certainly even those that aren't necessarily trying to look at a challenge that our environment is facing right now and try to solve that in parallel. So kudos on that front. But I guess also, as you look at what's going on right now with the credit markets being frozen, with the demand side is just off the charts right now, of everything from businesses to consumers needing help. And, we're going to see stuff out of this bill from Congress that's hopefully will help enable certain elements of unfreezing that credit market and the lending capability that's there. But I guess just close us out with, from your perspective, from Better.com's perspective, as you look at where this new world is heading. Clearly digital capabilities, the ability to self-serve online, that's only getting more and more important. Do you feel like we're in a kind of a one-time weather the storm and we're going to go back to normal? Or are things changing forever before our very eyes, and these capabilities are more important now?
Totally. I appreciate the question. I think at a high level, crisis creates conflict, and conflict creates character. I think we've been in an industry that has resisted conflict and resisted change for a long time. One of the largest challenges to the industry has been the pace of regulation and the pace of being able to enable a better customer experience. We can build a great product, we can build a great team, but that's ultimately in partnership with Fannie, Freddie, other government buyers, as well as all the state-by-state regulatory agencies that are helping ensure that credit is going to those that are most creditworthy. Ultimately, a lot of those regulations, whether it's digital notary, whether it's drive-by or virtual appraisals, have been things that we've been tracking and pushing towards for a long time. This has been a unique moment in that a lot of those regulations have been paused or have been relaxed during this period. And so our goal is ultimately to drive access to credit and to drive access to the one asset that you can most appreciate with your hands. The reality of mortgages, it's the only credit class where you can play a role in transforming it. As more and more people are working from home, as more and more people are now reckoning with the reality of spending a lot more time at home, our ambition and our dream is that we can help enable that in the same way other great companies like Quicken or Countrywide were enabled to do that in the 2008 crisis. And so I think the game will change from here on out, whether it's in 9 months or 18 months. We just want to be there to go to where the puck is going.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today on the Fintech Moshpit. Arthur, Kenna, McKinsey, Better.com, 1,000 announced jobs to be filled this year. And you guys are going to focus very hard on the hospitality industry, which needs so much help. We thank you for your time. We appreciate you guys being a great member of the Charlotte FinTech community. And I'm sure we'll be hearing more from you guys soon. So keep up the great work. Keep us posted on how it all goes, and we will soon be back in touch with you. Thank you all.